When there is no water or food, it is women who are in charge of finding it. Surely the image of an African woman carrying a bucket on her head is familiar to you. To talk about water is to talk about women. And inequality in its distribution is gender inequality. Women are the ones in charge of most of the work related to water. But they are kept away from the forums where decisions are made. Their participation is still very low. With them, an emotional discourse is made, from suffering. They are not recognized as protagonists in water management processes. If we want a sustainable change in impoverished countries, it is necessary to prioritize women, water, and hygiene. But national plans do just the opposite. Some studies speak of 40 billion hours per year dedicated to the collection of water in sub-Saharan Africa. It represents the annual workday of 68 million people. And do you know who fulfills most of these hours? Women and girls, who will dedicate a large part of their lives to this purpose without being able to choose to go to school or other activities, in addition to the dangers they will encounter. Even today in Africa, only 58% of the population has access to drinking water less than half an hour from their homes, and 36% have access to basic toilet facilities. In Benin, girls between the ages of 6 and 14 spend more than twice as much time on these tasks as their brothers. In rural Malawi, up to 8 times more. In Mexico, the Zapatista Women's Army for the Defense of Water emerged, demanding water for their villages when the Cutzamala Dam system was being built. It is the women who provide. They're the ones who are responsible and who fight for the water trucks. But they are not allowed to decide. The ultimate decision is left to the men. And, believe it or not, in some places, a simple latrine is an abysmal leap in gender equality. More than half of African girls who do not go to school do so because they do not have separate toilets and access to drinking water. Women must go outside at night to use the toilet as they are harassed by men during the day, and those same nights hide stories of harassment and rape. Women can be an engine for change if they are empowered and allowed to get involved. They are the main victims, and it should start with them to free these countries from disease, child mortality, and low productivity. In 2016, a program was launched to eliminate barriers that prevent women and girls from accessing education. The barriers are of all kinds, such as economic and transportation, among others. One of the most common is the impossibility of buying tampons for the menstruation cycle, which causes many girls to miss classes and even exams. The project focused on the manufacture of reusable sanitary pads, combined with hygiene and women's empowerment courses. It started in Kenya with great success, and then expanded to Papua New Guinea, South Africa, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Haiti, and India. In Madagascar, we collaborate with local communities in the construction of drinking water wells. They are built next to schools to add a vegetable garden, and thus diversify the food in the school cafeteria. Ayao Village, Ivory Coast, is composed of 7 former villages displaced from the shore of the lake due to health problems. But in the new settlement, they still had similar problems in addition to water shortage. To solve this problem, and with the collaboration of the Council of Elders and the chiefs of the 7 neighborhoods, a project was created to provide the inhabitants with drinking water. But a civil war broke out, bringing everything to a standstill. When there was no hope, the population reacted. They protected the materials and the money. After the years of crisis, the work was resumed, and they managed to put into operation everything that they had planned. Today, every neighborhood has a public fountain and water in the schools. Beyond the improvement in sanitation that has been evident, the community is proud to be the only town for miles around with drinking water facilities. These are small examples of great triumph. Many have come about thanks to the work of anonymous people from NGOs, communities, and associations. Because one moves forward, one step at a time.